It's the Joe Padula Show, Clarksville's conversation.
Absolutely.
Adam Walker, TN.com for more information. Adam Walker for City Council, Ward 12. Quote, be the change that you wish to see in the world, end quote, Gandhi. Why is that the first quote that pops up on your website?
Because if I truly believe that if you're going to sit here and advocate for something, that you have to lead by example. You know, we live in the world where there are groups of people that have an agenda or say that they want to do something, and then you look at their personal life, or you look behind the curtains and they're not living by, you know, their outside perspective or their persona.
Yeah.
And I've always had this pull, this draw to being a public servant. And
Since when?
Probably, well, if you look back and look at the preschool videos, my mom's got a video of me asking what I wanted to do. In the young, I'd say between about 5 to 7, I wanted to go into the military.
Okay.
And then it actually got to a point that about 8th grade in middle school, I joined a program called the Civil Air Patrol.
What'd you guys do there?
So they focus on 3 major things: the emergency services, leadership, and aerospace. So I got to fly Cessna 182s. We got to do search and rescue missions. Fun fact, when 9/11 happened, Civil Air Patrol was the first on scene doing aerial photograph.
Right.
And so we went during the flood. We did sandbagging. I went over into the Carolinas when Hurricane Sandy, I believe, hit up there. And
I'll pause real quick.
Yeah.
Stephanie Miller, I was going to make a teabagging joke as soon as you said sandbagging, but I withheld. Do you see the growth that I've done? Right?
You've come a long way.
I'm so proud of you, Jim.
Thank you. I let him finish
Oh,
the
yeah.
whole bit, so I'm getting better, Mom. All right, but go on. Yes.
Yeah, and I followed through that program to about the early years of college, and then that's when my passion for local politics really started grabbing a hold of it, and that's when I joined College Republicans. That's when I joined the local party.
And that was here at Austin P?
It was, yeah.
Where are you from originally?
I'm from an area called Cane Ridge down there. It's funny because I lived on the border of Davison, Rutherford, and Williamson County.
Okay.
But I spent all my time down in Brentwood, down in Cool Springs, and Franklin, stuff like that. And I went to private school all my life. And so I applied to UT, I applied to Austin P, I applied to Lipscomb, MTSU, places like that. And when I came up here to Austin P, I just fell in love with the campus.
Was that the deciding factor on choosing Austin P State University?
It was really the feel. I felt like I was at a large university, but with that small town feel.
Right.
And for someone that, you know, my graduating class was like 58 or something like that, you know.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely. And so.
Why, a lot of dumb people? They just couldn't make it? What happened?
No, it was a private Christian school.
Oh, okay.
You know?
Got it.
Yeah, I went to a private Christian school, and it was just the classes were small. I loved it. You know, I wouldn't have changed anything for the world. It was Lighthouse Christian School down in Nashville, down in the Antioch area.
Getting into the politics when you get into college, okay?
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, it's been my experience, especially when I go on campuses and do interviews and everything. I lean to the right. I'm a conservative guy, okay? You know, don't get me wrong. I'm pretty liberal. I'm not left. I'm not a lefty, that's for sure. But it seems to be I'm outnumbered on these campuses. Was that the same way for you?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah?
absolutely. I mean, even on Austin Peay's campuses, we would set up tables for college Republicans, and people would harass us down there.
Why? And define harass. What would they do?
Oh, they'd call me a racist or a bigot, or, you know, they'd come
Without
up
talking to you?
Yeah, they'll come up and try to take something off my table or something like that.
I never understood that.
I don't either. You know,
They tried to take stuff off my table, but I would just sit there like this the whole time. Oh, wait, can you see the pecs? Sorry. I was flexing the pecs, sorry. All right, but I mean...
I saw you do that over here earlier. I was like, is that what he just did?
the pec flex. But, I mean, there it is. You're just talking or putting out information about your political beliefs. Why the harassment?
I think that we get stereotyped. I wouldn't say by Democrats, but the far radical left.
Okay.
Because I have a lot of Democrat friends that we have different ideological
Right.
views, but I can sit down and have a constructive conversation with them.
Good.
It's with these people that have this radical view of, they claim to be, I don't want to say progressive, they all inclusive except for people that disagree with their views. You know, that just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, if you're going to
to
be
me.
open-minded, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
You know, the country cannot progress. You know, a house divided cannot stand. You know, if we can't find a way to talk about our differences, how are we supposed to be better as a town, as humanity?
Well, obviously you are passionate about politics.
Oh,
I mean, and you're not afraid of putting yourself out there.
Well,
you just
I'm passionate about helping my community.
Yeah, right.
Right. You know, labeling
you know
it,
what? The word politics has gotten you know, a lot of crud on the name of it. Because, because politics itself is, you know, it's work for the people. Right.
Yeah,
you know?
absolutely.
And it's gone out of the way. So when did you make the decision that, hey, I'm going to run for City Council Ward 12?
I knew I was going to run for public office back in the freshman year of high school. As to what I wanted to do was a long time. You know,
Stephanie Miller, what did you want to do when you were a freshman in high school?
Kid you not, I wanted to work in media, and I did. That's what I went to college for. And
Am I the only one that just wanted to get laid freshman year of high school? All right.
yes.
Okay, both. I'm surrounded by liars here. No, Mom, I'm kidding. I'm kidding, Mom. But yeah. So now here it is. The opportunity came up because Ward 12, and I hear you. This is federal elections are very important. State elections very important. There is nothing that's going to affect you so immediately and so close to home than a local election.
Oh, absolutely.
Right. Now, so Ward 12, okay, Jeff Burkhart, he's sat on that seat for quite a few years, but he terms out now. Mm-hmm. And then as soon as it was available, is that when you signed up or did you wait?
Well, for when he termed out.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
It's interesting how it progressed. I knew that I wanted to be a young elected official for a couple of reasons. I don't like the mentality that this nation has that you have to be, you know, have gray hair or no hair at all to be able to be an elected official.
Right.
You know, Clarksville as a whole, like age-wise, is pretty young. I think the average age is around 32, 33 years old, something like that. And
because you're the youngest candidate of the six, right?
I believe so. I'd have to double check. Guy Stanford's birthday. We're both 24. Got to figure that out.
Oh, okay, yeah,
So,
yeah, that's right, Guy.
But yeah, I'm one of the youngest, if not the youngest candidates in this race. And
That is amazing that with six people, there is a good combination of youth running in there too.
Yeah, absolutely.
And a combination of of experienced older people.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We have some great candidates, and I think what I love the most about this race is that no one has gone negative, no one's throwing mud, nothing like that.
You guys get along, all of you?
I've reached out to some of the candidates. Some I haven't gotten response. Some I have. But at the end of the day, like my goal is win or lose is maintain a good relationship because one of us will be the city councilman.
Right.
I'm very involved with the county commission and the city council is already, and the last thing I want to do is have a bad relationship with elected official.
Understood, right.
You know,
of course.
Then why would they listen to anything that you have to say or when you try to help the community?
All right, November 3rd, boom. Say it happens, it comes in. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, yes, city councilman, it's Walker. How you doing? All right, boom. What's your vision? I mean, because not only, if you don't understand how city council works, not only do they represent people from their ward, but they also weigh in and vote on and do movements for the city as a whole, too. So what are some of your thoughts?
One of the things, the three things that I'm platforming on is fiscal conservatism, okay? Clarksville is going to grow. Nothing is going to stop that. But we need to maintain an environment that is welcoming to people and to businesses. I recently talked about it in an interview where we can't be taxing the residents to death or taxing the business to death, because the way it works is we have people that see a town that's growing, they come here, okay? And then you have companies and businesses and mom and pop shops like, oh wow, this is a great place to start a company, And
we do have a great combination of corporations, franchises, and locally owned businesses.
It's wonderful, and we just have to maintain that drive there, that push, because what happens is, and I'm not saying this is what's happening right now, but you look at Nashville, they're having a spending problem, they're having a tax problem,
and I mean Davidson County just had that 34% tax increase, and they're trying to repeal it. We'll find out on Friday if they do.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do we get a increase in wheel tax here, Montgomery County?
I believe
county level, right?
I believe
$25.
Down.
No, I think it went up.
Did it go up?
Yeah, I think it went up.
I
know how I know? I heard my
proposed.
neighbor screaming. Okay,
Good giveaway.
That's how I know. Right.
And it's government is a synonym for inefficiency. I don't care where you're from, who you are. There's wasteful spending at some point. Now, obviously we wouldn't have roads that are being maintained or infrastructure is being maintained without taxation. I can't get behind the idea of taxing without sitting down and going through that budget line by line for the general fund for every department, because you can't look someone in the eye and tell me there is no wasteful spending whatsoever.
Well, I mean, you must be a smart guy. You do have glasses, so that's good.
It's that astigmatism. I think that's where it's from.
You also mentioned on your page there transparency. Explain.
Absolutely. So I don't feel like in Clarksville or anywhere, for the most part, there's enough insight and communication with constituents. Like, I know when you get up to the congressional level, Senate, there's so many people, it's hard to, maintain contact with that many people. But for Clarksville, I'm going to have my personal cell phone number posted.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to have my email posted. I might not answer at that time, but you're going to get a phone call back from me. I want to set up, monthly community meetings, because there's a difference between talking to somebody on the phone and then talking to them face to face. I can't be the sole voice for the ward. I just can't. There's too many people, there's too many different ideas, too many directions. And so we need to come together and figure out what we want for the ward and what we want for the city. Because I'm not just going to be speaking for the ward, I'm going to be voting citywide.
Now, campaigning.
Yeah,
okay?
Absolutely.
It's a lot of work, right? What are you doing for campaigning?
Door knocking, Facebook. I'm not pushing social media very hard. The reason why is it's hard in these small elections to really target those individuals. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm boosting some posts and stuff like that.
I see you're on there.
But it's those face-to-face interactions. I've been strengthening relationships with elected officials already, trying to push out some endorsements here soon.
Yeah.
Be on the lookout for that. But my main focus is really door knocking.
When people open the door, okay, they see a young man, right? Do they get do they take a step back? Do they get thrown off by that?
It's funny. You would think so, but then with this receding hairline, they usually don't think that I'm.
I love it. I love it. Yeah, you should just tell people, hey, I'm 34. Don't worry.
Oh yeah.
Right. I can run for president soon. All right.
Yeah, absolutely. Right. No. I'm having a mixture, not necessarily with the age, but like, for example, we have the COVID situation going on. I've got people like, why are you knocking at my door? Yeah,
these are the same people that just ordered 4 pizzas right before you got there, so don't worry about that, okay? All right.
And I think if you take 5 minutes to Google me, you'll find out that I'm a conservative. I'm the men's co-chair of the Montgomery County Republican Party. I'm the, District 22 Young Republicans chairman. It's no question where I stand on a partisan standpoint, but the problem is a lot, if not majority, of the issues when it comes to local, I wouldn't consider necessarily partisan. Now, taxation might be a little bit different, but when it comes to road improvements, putting sidewalks in, getting fiber optic put out, throughout the city, I don't think that's a partisan issue.
It's really tough to put a letter next to local
absolutely.
Politics. It really is. I got a question. Who's Chelsea Nicole?
That is my beautiful fiance.
Yeah.
Hello, Chelsea.
Yeah. Where'd you guys meet?
Austin P. I've actually got a funny story if y'all want to hear it.
Yeah, let's hear it.
So, you would have thought that I would have ran into her at the library or something romantic like that.
Yeah, those are real romantic.
I'll be the first. I'll be the first
they
one
can
to.
be.
Oh yeah, I'll be the first one to admit that I slid into the DMs. In Instagram.
You sent her an Instagram message?
Yeah.
What'd you say?
So I actually was pretty slick about it. I'm not gonna lie. She had updated her profile picture on Facebook. I had met her freshman year, and this was about junior year when we started dating. And we had a mutual friend that I have known her for years. And so what I did was, and I knew this was going to happen, I screenshotted her profile picture, sent it to my friend. I said, who is this with hard eyes? And I knew she was going to take that screenshot and send it to Chelsea.
Yeah.
And so when I find that out, I DM'd her and I said, I'm so sorry that she screenshotted that and sent that to you, yada, yada, yada. And it just kind of hit off from there. And
hey,
now we're engaged.
I'm sorry.
I love you.
It worked.
It's a good thing that's only the thing you sent. You know what I mean?
Oh, no, I don't do that stuff.
Good.
That's not me.
Oh, my God. Tell that to Anthony Weiner. All right.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that guy?
Yes.
Well, he's back at it. He owns a business now. He makes eggplant emojis? Right. Why? He's an eggplant emoji designer. Well, I'll tell you, I mean, it's quite the story you got so far, and the best is still yet to be told. And I wish you the best of luck with your campaign. And,
Absolutely, I appreciate it.
No, anything else you want to leave on with?
Yeah, go like the Facebook page, Adam Walker for City Council Ward 12. Go check out the website, all my information. Even if you don't live in the ward and you want to talk to me, have questions, want to yell at me, whatever.
Yeah.
Give me a shout.
Go there.
Yeah.
Yeah, yell at him. I love it. All right. Well, and hey, don't forget AdamWalkerTN.com. You don't mind sticking around waiting on some local news and stuff?
Yeah.
Let's do it then. Let's do it. Stephanie Miller, you ready?
Let's go.
Because I got a couple questions. Like, what has been endorsed, okay, and extended in the latest Montgomery County mask mandate?
I'm sure a lot of people want to know what is happening with this. So here, Montgomery County.
Hold on, I'm teasing it.
Oh, we're not talking about it yet? I'm
I gotta
ready.
play
Let's
some commercial
go.
breaks.
Oh, shoot.
You got to stare deep into the camera, Joe.
Coming up next. Plus, why has the Tennessee school decided to stop promoting Christianity? Interesting story. And can you also now bet on pro sports here in Tennessee? And can you now eat and drink in Nashville in parking lots? Yeah, these questions and so much more will get answered today on the Joe Padula Show. Absolutely.
It's the Joe Padula Show. Bada bing. Clarksville's conversation.